Hello, welcome everybody in this stream. My name is Tomato, I'm a navmesher, and this is my first time streaming for Skywind. Actually, first time streaming at all, so let's see. Today I'm gonna do some navmesh on Azura's coast. It's an outdoor cell, so let me show you the cell we're going to do today. As you can see, this one is still missing navmesh. Everything around is already navmeshed. And it's, to be honest, it's one of the last cells that we're going to do for Azura's coast. We're close to wrapping this area and continue then to the next area. Actually, some people are already moving on to the next area. I'm one of the last ones that are wrapping up Azura's coast. So, yeah. Let's see if we can put some music on in the background. And let's get starting on this one. So, I guess most of you know what navmeshing is. No, not a Dell stream. I don't know though how I can change the title of the stream, but whatever, that doesn't matter. Let's see if I can set up the music correct. There we go. Do you hear the music? All right. What cell do we have here? Alright. Of course, lots of cliffs, as always, makes navmeshing this area quite, more difficult. It took us a while longer just because of all these cliffs. Let's see, we have a road that leads up there. A road that comes over here. So what I normally do is I start with some preferred pathing, so we can get that out of the way, and then I'll just fill in all the gaps left and right. So somebody already did some preferred pathing here. We're gonna connect there. And we're gonna connect there, so let's start here. So it's gonna be a long stream of triangles, to be honest. If you're into navmeshing, you have to love triangles. Do they have to be triangles? Yes. I think it's the one geometry shape that basically fits best for this type of everything. It's I guess, I mean, with triangles you can basically cover everything else. If it would be like squares or rectangles, it would be harder to like to fill in smaller gaps left and right. So yes, always triangles. I have no idea what you're saying, Lord MMM. That's They said on the contributors page that basically for navmeshing you don't really need to know anything, so I'm a navmesher. Do we need to connect there? Yeah. And we're gonna connect over here. Okay. So basically what you're saying is that your program that does like calculations on circular integrity, I suppose, also uses triangles. I guess because that's, yeah, an easier shape to do like mathematical calculations on it, or... Though I could be wrong. Oh. But in the case of Skyrim or Skywind, just to make all the NPCs find their way, where they can walk, and how to get from point A to point B. And make sure that they don't walk off the cliff or hit a tree or anything. Or a mushroom. Yeah, but I suppose your program is like, yeah, there's probably a lot of calculations, so like difficult calculations. What makes navmeshing difficult? Actually, there is... I wouldn't say navmeshing is difficult, to be honest. That's why it's like a low entry to basically join Skywind as a volunteer, as a navmesher. I think you just... What maybe we'll see later on. You just sometimes have to make like a choice. It's like, is this a part where an NPC should go or shouldn't go, and like you have to know a little bit of how the NPCs interact with the world, where they should go or shouldn't go. As an navmesher, you're also part of the optimization team, so we also do optimization mostly on interiors. Which is a little more tricky than navmeshing, but if you start as a navmesher, you don't per se need to do optimization as well. So you just need to be like, yeah, I mean, if I zoom out a little bit, you can see like there is a lot of triangles that we do, and so you need to have the patience to do all of this. Because they opted to do it all manually, which is but because there is also an option to like generate navmesh and then clean it up if necessary. But in general, the manual approach is the better way. I mean, if you want to avoid, like you said, rocks that obstruct NPCs, it's better that like a human being thinks about how to lay out the navmesh and make sure that NPCs will get around as they should. By the way, if the music is too loud or not loud enough, just let me know, because probably the volume is different on the stream than what I hear, but... Oh, where are we going to connect? Oh, we're just gonna connect over there. Let's see. So, yeah, let's do this section and then check. How many of you actually expected Dell to be here and are now disappointed that it's gonna be a navmesh stream? Oh, mistake. Okay, so we basically covered what would probably be like the road, or like the visible area where people walk. So we're gonna mark this area as preferred pathing, the orange one, to basically tell an NPC that this is like your highest priority road. Unless you need to go like somewhere over here, it will follow as much as possible the preferred pathing before, yeah, taking another way. So it would look like like NPCs also follow the roads. That's right. What is? Oh, you worked with the hammer. Counter-Strike 1.5. Oh, that's a long time ago. I also played around with hammer, but not for the original Counter-Strike. Okay, so we now have the road, and let's check if none of these triangles are floating too much, because that makes the NPCs confused sometimes. That one's... No, it doesn't. So it doesn't give a collision profile. Actually, the landscape already has collision, and the objects that you see, those all have collision. But it's like the NPCs don't see where they can go or can't go. So if you would put an NPC down here, or then and you would aggro it, it wouldn't like chase you because it basically doesn't know where it can step, and this is creating a mesh. Basically, it sees this mesh as like different areas where it can walk towards. So yeah, it's purely for NPCs. It's like creating a map for an NPC to say, okay, this is potential areas where you can walk to. But it has nothing to do with collision. But it's best that it, follows the terrain, because I think it's like the bottom part of an NPC detects the navmesh. If it would be too high, then it would get confused or doesn't detect the navmesh correctly. And if it's too low, the same. So we try to like almost touch it. Okay. Yes, 6. Welcome. I mean, 1 out of 3. I hope your oven is ready. For those that don't know, like a couple of days ago, Zix told everybody that if they stream 3 times this month, he will send homemade cookies. So it's quite a, I would say, quite a goal now, of course, to make 6 big cookies. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I didn't know how to do that. When I tested before, I was logged into my own account, and then I had the options, but here I don't got it. But so, how many people are here actually? Because okay. Okay, so that way. It's now. Yes, there was indeed an arrangement for an orchestra of Smoke on the Water. Basically, it was Deep Purple medley. So, yeah, of course, Smoke on the Water can't... needs to be part of that. So. Yep, I mean, for those that don't know, orchestras oftentimes also play like more popular music. It's not always Vivaldi or Bach or whatever. Let's see. I think we're almost done with the preferred pathing. Okay, we're gonna connect the edge later on, but so first part done. Let's see. Yeah, this area is like gonna be a lot of smaller glyph parts. Then we had to connect over there. Let's start with this area. This is probably the most tricky part of the whole navmesh, because as you can see, it's all small ledges. But because of the nature of the game, NPCs can get up there, can be summoned, ghosts or skeletons or cliff racers, I guess, who land. So this area needs to be navmeshed so they can at least recognize it as potential paths to chase you. Thanks, lovely sarcastic. Let's say that this is basically an easy task to do, and it's everybody can do this. So if you also want to do the Lord's work, please contribute. Every help that we can get makes it just more and more feasible that we can get this out to the public. So what I was doing now is basically make it look even worse. I like to hide the foliage on these cliffs before I start navmeshing, because otherwise my triangles sometimes get they don't touch the ground, but they touch the foliage, and then they're floating a bit too much, or I can't see it quite clearly. So as you can see, you have the grass, and then you have the added foliage, and I just hide everything. I make it look very dull before I start working on it. Let's load the navmesh back. Okay, let's start in this corner. Okay, first. Oh. Yeah, working on edges of cells is sometimes a bit tricky, because it loads in different cells surrounding the area where your camera is centered, and then it makes funny jumps. So yes, it's not the stream, it's me that is being choppy. Or the creation kit. I don't think we can pass through here. Or at least, the player can jump, of course, or wiggle his way around, but an NPC probably can't pass through there. But yeah, that is too big of an area to not cover it, so... Oh, yeah, okay. So an example here is basically that I navmesh around this rock because it's potentially too high for an NPC to walk over it. If it wouldn't be too high, like this one over here, I'm gonna just navmesh over it and then they will just be able to walk past there. But because I'm not drawing triangles here, they won't even attempt to walk here. So I guess that's also what makes it so that if NPCs are not on a navmesh, they look like they're stuck. Which seen happening plenty of times in Skyrim. How is this work? The rock split with the ground texture. Yeah, from the top it's sometimes hard to see, but I hope we can get this finished like quite soon. It looks like still a lot. It's probably gonna take me at least an hour, but maybe in the end, if I can quickly load the game and we can have a look at the area, you'll see that it's because now there is no actual lighting, because that would make it harder to render and whatsoever. But with proper lighting, you definitely see that it doesn't blend that well. But here it's gray on gray. Let's go this way. But I understood that there have been some navmesh streams in the past, so... but it's been a while. I actually haven't seen any navmesh streams, and I've been part of the team since the beginning of May, and then we still had to do like almost all of Azura's coast, so I'm actually glad that we're soon wrapping it up. It's been an adventure. Okay. Let's see if we don't have any floating triangles. Looks good. The version of Skyrim for Skywind? The Legendary Edition. Sorry. I'm wrong. It's the special... Oh, so many versions. The special edition, yes, SE, yeah. The Legendary Edition won't work. I think it's also gonna be compatible with the... I mean... The Anniversary Edition is probably just an update of SE, but yeah, I myself just an install of the special edition. So And that works. I think the special edition is the 1579. But more information is probably in the FAQ on Discord. So if you want to read all about or ask any more questions, feel free to ask those in the Skywind Discord. And probably when we're closer to release, then like everything is gonna be set in stone. No, Alish indeed doesn't work. That's my mistake. Yeah, you're right. So. What am I actually missing up now? Oh. The VR version. Actually, I don't have a VR. I've also not really tried it anywhere, but I assume that, I don't know, actually, can you play modded Skyrim with VR? Or is it like a different installation? Plus without mods, it's really bad. It's a modified version of Legendary. Okay. Ah, okay. So the VR is legendary. Okay. I was thinking if it's VR is just basically a mode on the special edition, then why won't you be able to play with mods like Skywind? But if it's legendary edition, that's a whole other story. I didn't know that. Strange choice to fall back to legendary edition for VR. But yeah. Oh, where are we? Where are we? There. Voila. Okay. I'm now just connecting, making sure that the one cell over here and the one cell over here, that the border is like touching. So later when I finalize the navmesh, you'll see that it gets marked as a, what is it, an edge, like here with green. So it basically makes it so that navmesh on cell A recognizes navmesh on cell B, and then NPCs can basically traverse the border and go from one or the other. Let's see it as a whole then, which is important. Okay, so VR is SE, but if you can play it with mods, maybe. Yeah, don't pin me on it because I have no idea about what the hell is the The audience is clapping. Is it for me? Let's go to the next song. This intro sounds like a mixture between Indiana Jones and Back to the Future. Oh, it's still an older version of this. Oh, versions. All these different versions, actually. I mean, of course, the newer versions have more possibilities for modding, or like give us that extra. But yeah, it didn't make it really easy. Let's go there. This is a high cliff. Okay, this song is basically a mixture of all kind of themes, it seems. I thought that was something from Snow White. And then I hear so many different songs in one song. But it's all Disney songs, or I'm not really good with Disney. I mean, like, I don't know a lot of Disney. There we go. And let's make sure that we can go here. Oh, no. The NPCs can go there. There we go. A whole new world. Or maybe it's a different song. Yeah, if I'm not saying anything, it's because I'm like completely in the zone, the triangle zone. So you can go and ask questions if you want, don't worry. Or just get the conversation going. So what I think is that basically this ledge is still not too high to jump down, and like would be reasonable to jump down instead of going over there. So we can mark this as a jump ledge. So there we go. So basically now this and this edge are linked, and an NPC that's up here and needs to go there will take this jump to get quicker to the point where he wants to go. Very small ledge. This one, yeah, okay, we're gonna. Go. Okay. Oh, there is another one over here. So yeah, basically because it's all these ledges, you have to like be very detailed. I mean, you don't actually need to, but I just like to. Oh, that's not correct. Let's delete that one. Foliage. I don't think this is gonna be a problem to scale. Oh, I like this song. I'm part of this orchestra. Okay, here as well. This is definitely scalable with the jump. And here probably as well. And here as well. There we go. One more. Did everybody in chat fall asleep, or am I alone? I'm all good. Alright, if 6 say so, then I'm happy. Maybe a question for Ziggs then. Because you're not streaming now? Or, I don't know, maybe you'll be streaming later, I don't know. Are you working, like, doing some integration or, like, adding something at the moment? Still working on the Ghost Gate, or... Because we stole your spot in the... Your place in the spotlight? I don't know how to say. Oh, okay. Ah, yeah. I forgot that it's indeed morning for you. I mean, now you have some time to do some catch-up. Great. And I hope you're searching a fine recipe as well. For cookies. Busy-ish weekend. Yeah. I mean... here, bah, I was gonna say here as well, but not really. Otherwise, I wouldn't have the time to do the stream. But because I planned it like 2 days ago, I knew that it was okay. I had to do settings up. That took some time. This is not allowed. You need to touch ground. What do we have here? Mushroom, this is okay. So let's do one over there, over there. Ugh. Yeah, so sometimes this is like one of the things that you just need to be aware of, that you don't always see like the elevation that well, and you need to make sure that the triangles at least follow the landscape. So and then you need to fiddle a bit, like change, flip the edge, or move like one of the corners. But overall, navmeshing is quite easy. And if you're the type of person who finds this relaxing, then you're definitely a navmesher. No. Let's go here. Mushrooms. Why does it have to be mushrooms? Watching it is basically topo. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's I mean, to outsiders it maybe looks a bit strange, but just it's a task that needs to be done, and it's completely invisible once in the game, of course, because everybody expects the NPCs to walk around and do it, but it's important. It's like, yeah, we're a bit of an invisible force, so to say, within the team. I mean, not like we're forgotten or anything, but it's harder to show off navmesh than like, for instance, 3D or level design. Of course, those tasks are way harder. This is just clicking around, so... Oh, it's a wrong one. Then here there is also a wrong one. What happened here? Do we want to go into this small cubby? Why not? Yeah, so what we have here, for example, is if I don't fill in this gap, and an NPC is over here and he wants to go over there, then he's gonna walk around here because that's the only way he sees, but because I fill it in now, he can pass through there. At least if the NPC fits through this gap. Otherwise, you still have to walk around. Let's move this one over here. Oh, this is dramatic music. So okay, two things. One first, navmeshing in Unity. I haven't worked with Unity, but I suppose navmeshing is. I've did some navmesh before in Godot, and I mean the whole idea of navmeshing is more or less the same, I suppose. So I guess in Unity it's also similar, and if it's in 2D, then I mean I don't think it. Yeah, it's gonna be probably a little bit easier, I guess. Maybe it doesn't matter. And for the question of D3K or DK, you have yeah. Basically, what I do here is that if you look from the top, I could have put the navmesh closer to the stem, but I mean, then the NPC thinks, oh yes, I can walk up to the edge of this triangle and it's gonna bump into the mushroom, and yeah, that's gonna end up as a clip on YouTube or Reddit or whatever, like, look, this stupid NPC. So I tend to avoid that. Of course, it's potentially still gonna happen in some places, but what I'm now doing is like I'm going over it quite quickly. Oh, that's wrong. But yeah, like all the work in navmesh, also the outdoor, but it's gonna be a problem for future me. Like all the work is like there is always like a second pair of eyes, basically, who reviews everything. So we do some peer reviewing. One who does the first thing, and then like a second person who checks and improves if necessary. So every cell is, I mean, at least checked by 2 people to make sure that it's up to a certain standard. Of course, I think there is gonna be like a little more leniency in outdoor because it's so much. On indoor, we tend to be very, very detailed, also critical. Oh, shouldn't do that. Also for optimization, trying to get like at least every cell to maximum frames per second, so also older systems can still enjoy the mod. But normally the standard is if you can play Skyrim, you should be able to play Skywind. So. But yeah, because level design goes ham in some places, some areas can be like quite taxing for the systems. And basically, Navmesh is like in their workflow. Navmesh is like behind level design, of course. Yeah, makes sense because first the level needs to be designed before it can be like Navmeshed. But that makes us oftentimes like the first player of a cell, except for the creator. So we're like the first new eyes, fresh pair of eyes that basically see it, and then it's up to us to like see if okay, yeah, the cell needs some optimization, like making sure that not everything loads in at once, or you don't need to render the far side of a cave when you're in like the starting area and so on. So which makes it so that it's less intensive on your system. But I'm myself on a less. I'm on some older hardware, and so basically I'm a good one to test out if a dungeon or anything is like way too heavy. And for the most part, everything actually works fine after we do some optimization sometimes. But yeah, in the end, it's not a new game, so most modern PCs will be able to run things. Let's fill in this gap. Oops. Congratulations then with your birthday. Tomorrow. Okay, actually, this, I forgot to do this, but this, so jump down there. Should we, I'm not gonna put one in here, but I can already align the border. There. Put this one next up into the edge. Somebody's singing in this song? Interesting. Oh, 31. Okay. I was going to say, if you're 13, then I was thinking like, when did Skyrim came out? Was it like in 2011? That's like exactly 13 years ago, but 31 years. It's a big difference. Also, congrats still, so. Okay, so yeah, one corner done. As you can see, it was a bit of a tricky corner, but actually, I think we already did 1/3. Let's do this one now. Yeah, 11, 11, 11, yes. Ah, yeah, indeed. Tomorrow is. Okay, so you have the same birthday basically as Skyrim. Thoughtful blood. Another Skyrim edition. Actually, I would hope we don't have another Skyrim edition, because if at least not for PC, because if there would be like an update or anything, that would mean like we also have to update again and it'd be like a mess, or we can't update. I don't know. That's up to the code guys. Which would just make everything more difficult. So let's hope no Skyrim version. Let them work on Elder Scrolls 6, please, instead of making the same game over and over and over. I mean, that's my opinion. Where are we? Giant mushroom in my face. Oh. Oh, okay. My bad. Probably misread it then. My head is full of triangles. Well, then you got an early congrats on your birthday. For Maiden. I think this should be scalable by an NPC, so... Oh boy, some of the horns or whatever are like completely out of tune there. Skyrim doesn't need any more versions, like, please. Do we need like a microwave version or anything? Or play Skyrim on your freezer. What am I going to do here? I think I can also get away with just navmeshing over it. And where is the edge here? Okay. This is an annoying border. But do something like that for now. Okay. Link this one. Bada boom. Okay, Discorder. There's. Let's do one here. Not completely sure if this has a collision or anything, so that's gonna be... I'll need to check that in game. Otherwise I'll have to, yeah, adjust this. Don't forget to check if everything is more or less leveled with the surface. Because those next to the cliffs tend to be like, I don't know, they seem to snap. Sometimes, like over here, you can clearly see, for some reason, if I click, they don't immediately snap with the surface, so I have to like manually touch it up. Boom. That's also. Oh, now I recognize the song. I really hope that once I get to have a ticket on I mean, it's not like I'm assigned, I can pick my own tickets, but once I go to like the next outdoor area, there are less cliffs like these, because yeah. Oh, it's almost done. I was going to skip this because some of the instruments were like, ugh. Oh, this song. Yeah. I could make the triangles bigger, like, which I'm gonna do, like over here definitely. Like when it's more flat, I tend to go for bigger triangles, but because yeah, as you can see, it's like curved or like in all kind of directions. I tend to make it smaller, so they better follow the terrain. So it's a bit of a mix between how detailed do you want to be or how accurate do you want to be against how quick do you want to be. There again, reviewing each other's cells and seeing how others do it, or like and get feedback or give feedback, is also part of the process. I found out that I'm like more detailed, and sometimes that's not needed. But for the cliffs, yeah, I like it to be like following the terrain quite nicely. As you can see, if I would like do a bigger triangle, like for example here, you have an edge that sometimes floats too high above the ground. I think this could still work, so this is, yeah, on the limit. Maybe if I flip it, it's, yeah, this is gonna be closer. So yeah. No, they don't walk on the triangles. They still walk on the terrain. But there is, I think, a part, at least that's how I see it, the NPCs, like, let's see that their boots or whatever, they basically detect the navmesh, and if the navmesh would like be an extreme example, be above their head, they don't know where the navmesh is. So yeah, so it's best to follow the terrain, and of course, a flat terrain is easier, because then basically with like 2 triangles you could like cover a whole area. And yeah, that's one of the reasons that Azura's closed has taken some time. Because yeah, this is just one cell, but if you see, yeah, oh, if you see this is direction, the other one is just see how many cliffs there are around here. It's, yeah, that was a lot to navmesh. Oh, I know I'm a bit lost of where I needed to be. Ah, over here. Yes. Wait, it can't be too... Yeah, it can't be too far away of the surface. It needs to, like, align at least. So. That looks brutal. Well, yes and no. It's not a one person's task at least. So, and yeah, different people are working on it at the same time. Actually, there is a lot of progress, but yeah, everybody chips in, and that makes it manageable. Because if somebody on his own needs to do this, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know how you would do this. I think when you go to sleep, you would see triangles. But the big the map compared to Skyrim? I have actually no clue. I guess it's the Morrowind. I think we're quite faithful to original Morrowinds, so that's going to be the size of the original Morrowind map. Maybe Ziggs can chime in here, and I guess info on like the Morrowind's map size is all over the internet, I guess. But it's, I mean, I've never played Morrowind myself, so I mean, I've tried it lately, like vanilla game. And I would say the vanilla game has like a lot of tricks, because it's an old game, on how to make it look big, even though it isn't always big. I mean, Skyrim has it as well. But yeah, with the technical limitations, Morrowind was created, they had to do like way more. So it looks bigger than it actually is, but I think we're doing... I mean, I haven't walked in Skywind like all over the place, but I've mainly seen Azura's Coast. But I think we're doing quite a okay job on still giving you like that feeling of, yeah, that everything is far away, even though it's exactly the same as it was in Morrowind. So. Is he dead? Well, Ziggs is not dead. I think he is. Isn't he still part of the audience? I don't see him, at least. But no, he's not dead. He probably has a lazy day now, because others are streaming instead of him. Of course, for the cookies, yes. I mean... nothing for nothing. And then again, I hope that like different types of streams is like also fun. Doesn't need to always be like Ziggs battling 3D. Don't we have? Okay, looks good. Okay, and now we have of course there is still this one. Okay, let's. Total cells to complete for each claim. Well, but it depends on what you see by claim. Can you define claim? Because the area I'm navmeshing is what I call as like what is called a cell. How many cells do we have? No idea. Yeah. Thing is, it's a bit hard to answer it because there is a lot that is navmeshed, but it takes time. Like exterior navmeshing, as you can see. Oh, what happened? Yeah, it takes time, and so some exterior parts were navmeshed like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years ago, and in that time, some exteriors got like a complete overhaul. So navmesh doesn't always like it doesn't fit the landscape anymore, the updated landscape. So those cells are then marked as to be redone or to be adjusted, or like need a complete new navmesh. It was for a good cause though, because the new areas look they look crazy good. You've probably all seen on like other streams or on screenshots like this, but yeah, so I don't really have a good view on what is actually final, and I mean, and even those that are final could still be like sometimes be touched up again. So we need like it's like a continuous process of like improving and improving, because so many people work on it. There is different views. Sometimes like you need to try something out to see if it's actually better than what we had before. Basically, it's like wine. It needs to, it ages, and over time it gets better and better. I hope, at least. But I like to believe that with every triangle, we're one step closer. So, and as I said, like maybe. Depends, but if you know the Morrowind map, so like all of Azura's coasts, which is quite an extensive area, I think. So I started in May, and then like we still had to like we barely started on Azura's coast, and now we're November, so and we're almost finishing it, so it takes a while to do such an area. That doesn't mean that we didn't do anything else. Like in between, we did a lot of interiors as well, because level design has been, yeah, like giving us a lot of work. So, and I mean, I like to switch it up sometimes because only exteriors or only interiors sometimes get a little bit boring. So, but there is progress. Don't worry. And like every day, almost every day, I see like people finishing something up, starting something new. And yeah, of course, sometimes it's, yeah, you have to touch something again that was already done, but that happens. So yeah, progress, progress is not like linear. Sometimes you take a step back. But I guess every project has those moments. Sometimes it's a bigger step, sometimes like a small step. But I think the general idea is there to also like focus on getting things done and not like run in circles. At least that's my feeling. They can clip a little bit underground, so they're a bit like there is some margin. It's the same as they can be a little bit above ground, like this one, but they can also be like a little bit below the ground. But like for instance here, as long as it's not too much. If it's too much, then it's better to like adjust the triangle so you better follow the terrain. But then again, yeah, if it's too much and we didn't fix it, then NPCs are, yeah, gonna have some trouble with it. And a confused NPC is, yeah, I think everybody remembers like when you were attacked by a wolf in Skyrim or something, and for some reason the navmesh around the area where you're walking is like actually broken, that it does some strange turns until it gets to you, even though you're like, there is a clear straight line towards you. But, how to fill triangles. Yeah, there is a way to generate triangles, but it makes a messy navmesh, even more messy than what I'm doing. I've seen some screenshots from people who checked out Starfield, and I was like, "Whoa, is that a navmesh?" Starfield is crazy because of the procedurally generated areas. Yeah, they also have like generated navmesh, and I have no idea why or how the game actually works. Still. Oh boy, I don't like violin. Let's go to the next song. Okay. Yeah, I think modern engines do have like better tools for this, but we're still working with the creation kit, of course. So the Skyrim version. No, modern and CK in one sentence is like, nope. Oh, this is good. As you can see, it takes a while. I was really hoping that I could do this in like an hour and a half, but we're gonna try to speed things up a little. Yeah, that's true, gamer. Gamer. That's why. Yeah, that's why. It's yeah. You need to get into game as well, but after a while, yeah, you can see it. But yeah, scale indication kits sometimes like is deceiving. When you're in game, then it's easier to spot. Like for instance, this one. I have no idea. I mean, probably you can get up from this side, but then this side is too high, so... But, I mean, and maybe it can be good or bad, but like... Because we have levitation in Skywind, you can at least... I mean, I'm pretty sure that actually Azura's Coast is like one big jumping puzzle that for people who like to do those things. Like from one cliff to the other, try to scale all the cliffs. What is here? So I guess, yeah, this is, for example, a triangle that is below the surface, and I don't know why. So this is incorrect, as far as I can see. Yes, for some reason, stuff is below the terrain. So I'm gonna quickly fix it as well. Because yeah, if this edge is not correct, then I can't connect with my cell. Oh. Yeah, the levitation, well, I'm pretty sure not everybody likes levitation because it makes it way harder to, like, design for it. Because if you don't have levitation, then you can get away with like with more areas that you don't detail, or like you can't escape from a level, but because the player has access to levitation, it's like you have to be aware in all circumstances that, oh no, maybe if levitation and he levitates up here, then what does he see? Is there a gap where he can escape? So not everybody likes levitation, that's all. But it opens also more opportunities. Like, you can design for it, and it's like you have to constrain the player, but you also, give him more opportunities to like bypass enemies, or so it has some benefits. Oh. What's doing over there? Also, what is happening here? Because this cell is supposed to be navmeshed. Oh boy. Everything is below the surface. I'll fix that off stream. Boom. Yeah, that's indeed a good remark. If you would have levitation in Whiterun, you could just levitate over the wall. So we can't have that. But then, of course, when you're closer to a city, you need like to load in everything of that city. Normally, it's feasible, of course, but it has some consequences. But those are trade-offs. Though you have stuff like open city mods in Skyrim, so you just need to be aware of it when you design the city. quickly save this thing because it's a wonder that the creation kit didn't crash yet. Let's hide this foliage. I don't like it. Let's see. Performance is always a trade-off. Not only in the creation engine, it's in every engine. You can make a game that looks precisely as the real-life world, but or simulate water and whatever you want, but it's not gonna run on the system then, or not at least the amount of systems you want for you to sell your game well. So. And then it's up to, I would say, first to the engine and then second to like the programmers to hand you some tricks. To make it look good, even though you basically cheated somehow. Okay, yeah. I guess, I mean, if I understand the system in Skyrim, it's like basically X amount of cells around you are loaded, so I don't know. If a city is not actually in that cell but in a different world space, then you don't have to load it, but I mean, because I think if you fly over a city in Skyrim, then basically that city is empty or has like very low detailed objects in there as a placeholder. Correct me if I'm wrong with those. Or listen to that one. Yes, more pirates. I mean, personally, I like open cities because, yeah, less loading screens, more immersion. That's how I like my games, but we can't always have what we want. Yeah, but Legendary Edition then also had like, yeah, I guess the limited memory or something, and Iceburner, no, we're not targeting consoles, or at least not that I'm aware of. Maybe there is some Project X, but I wouldn't count on it. I think there is more information on this in the FAQ on our Discord as well. Maybe there is also the reason why. I don't know the technical details to go on a console. Maybe it's like the size of the mods or anything, because I guess consoles are limited on that front. Bum, 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 bum. Oh. Oh, the bot chimes in for the FAQ. Oh, didn't knew that. Thanks, oh, it's Hekimai? I don't know how to pronounce it, but thanks. Triangle stream it is, yes. Actually, can anybody tell me how Ziggs called the stream? Because I still have no clue. He told me that he fixed the title, because I had no clue how to do it, but I have no idea what he actually called it, so maybe I'm streaming with like a stupid title on Twitch. I have no idea. Azura goes to Toby. Okay, that's fair enough. That's basically what it is. These are the parts I don't like, all these narrowy, twisty things, and yeah. I hope whenever Skywind releases and you walk around Azura's Coast, you don't remember this. And then whenever an NPC gets stuck, you definitely don't remember that I did this. I mean, I didn't do all of Azura's Coast, far from, to be honest. It's a team effort. Uh-huh. Triangle squad. What is this? Okay, it's flat. And if it's flat, then we can make bigger triangles. So. Let's see. What do we still have to do? Almost done. I think this is okay. We're gonna take our chances here. And otherwise, I get slapped on the wrist by a war turtle or magician of triangles and the Navmesh team lead. If you ever see him in a live stream, I think he did it in the past. So I heard. He's like a, yeah, crazy. He spits out triangles. I'm going to do this different. Maybe he's here. Maybe he's around. I don't know. Oh. Oh yeah. So in this, if I make the landscape transparent, and so you can see all the Navmesh, and you can see basically see what a chaos this is. Take in the view, guys. A world of triangles. Okay. So basically we only have to Navmesh around this part, and then it's like just fill up the gaps, which is should be done quick. That's like mindless. And it's not that much. Huh? Let's start from here. Appa. I'm also gonna quickly go around this one. Let's not clip it, because otherwise people will walk, or monsters. Not per se people, I guess. And then if I do this, let's put you and then we can hide this so he doesn't get in our face. Oh, I like the tubular bells. Woo. No idea if I actually can navmesh over this one. I'm not gonna do it right now. To speed things up, of course, and then I'll test it in game. Oh, yes. Maybe. It's indeed correct, gamer. Could be a reason. Like... Oh. As far as I understand, I think navmesh... I think you can still apply. I mean... You can always try. If you don't try, yeah. Then you can't get in, of course. But... everything is normally well laid out on the website. There is some links for some tutorials on the Creation Kit wiki, which basically explains everything. If you like have it open on a second monitor or you watch it twice, you basically know all there is to it, and then you at least. When I applied, but I guess it's still the same process, there is like a small file you have to download and load in your creation kit, and basically an example cave, not too big, and a small interior of a house, and then you navmesh it as same as they explained in the tutorial, and once you're done, you wrap everything up, send it up with your application, and then it gets reviewed. You get some feedback, and if it's good enough, you're part of the team. So, and then you get to do this. But it helps. It helps progress. I was like a long time. Yeah, I've actually no official answer on that. I think you need to be checking out with War Turtle on that. But I think like good applications. I mean, why not? Like. I was going to say, yeah. So I've been a long time follower of the project, but like, yeah, I've seen the updates, I've seen the screenshots. I've been a long time part of the Discord, and then at some point I was like, you know what? I mean, why don't I help myself? Because like everybody, I also want it to be finished. I also want to play it. But I was like, if I help, I can make that even more feasible. So, and hey, now I'm already, what is it, like 6-7 months? No, 6 months in. And I enjoy it. It's a fun community. I'm sure that everybody else who is part of the group is... Zix is not the navmesh lead anymore. He basically... I found it very confusing when I started out, because he was indeed at that moment the lead, But then he basically yes, handed over his title, so to say, to War Turtle, and I was like, wait, because I first got into contact with Ziggs, I think, and then like almost the first thing that I noticed in our Steam channel, so to say, was like, okay, so now there is another one who basically is the lead, but yeah, I mean, doesn't matter. It's like. It's I mean, otherwise, I think Zig said, I don't know the official reason, but I guess otherwise he had too many hats at once, so he can focus now more on other things, I guess. That's what I do. Let's fill up this gap. As you can see, actually this one and this, because this is a flatter area, I can make bigger triangles here. So, maybe not. Oh, okay, it's just a floating one. Trixie. There we go. One last part. But Ziggs doesn't only create that, it does a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna also skip this for the moment. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, I should note down that I'm gonna still do this part. And I'm also gonna check something else. But for now, it's not that important. So let's wrap this up so we can have a look in game. If I can show the game, because I mean, like on a stream, I've only tested the creation kit on the stream, so I'm not sure. Maybe I'll fiddle with the settings. Okay, so now it's best to wrap up the borders. That's what I normally do. And then I'll check for errors. I finalized for the first time, just for the sake of getting it into the game. I'm only sharing an application, so I have an idea. I'm gonna like, after I wrap this up, I'm gonna quickly like switch screens. So and then I'm normally I should be able, if I understand the what is it, OBS Studio correctly. Come on, what is wrong? Oh, you're floating. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, another part that is missing. Hello, Captain. Captain U. I see what you did there. Pop, 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 pop. It's fine, it's fine. It's already done. Oh, I know this song. Or at least another song with the same melody. Yeah, so this area needs to be fixed. And this is cell. What is it? Okay. Oh. And this is already up to the edge. Yes. Okay. Save it. And generate some cover. There we go, that's cover. And let's finalize. So the edges should turn up green if they connect. And then there is some console that tells me a lot of stuff that possibly can go wrong, but that's for after, later today. Okay, so a lot of them seem to connect, so that's nice. Let's save it one more time. And then I always like to look at the cell when it's navmesh, like only in navmesh mode. No. Oh, gets a bit choppy. Okay, I'm gonna boot up the game. And I'll switch my screen. So I'm gonna quickly switch to the break, and I'll see you in like 3 minutes or so. All right. Low. Yes, it took a little longer than I expected. But we are here. I immediately teleported to the cell that we just navmeshed. So, let's see. Whoa. I don't know why I got in the middle of those cliffs, but yes. So we have the... what is this actually? An obelisk? And a shrine. Oops. The shrine here that we also saw in the creation kit, so if I'm correct, the border was like somewhere over here and then somewhere along here, so I'm more or less in the corner. So yeah, I was going to check if, like, for instance, these have collision, and it seems like they do, so maybe I navmesh under it and then I'll need to adjust that. As you can see now, this looks 1,000 times better than what we have in the creation kit, and I always love it when after I did a cell and then I can look at it in the game, because it's just fun to explore and look around. So also in the creation kit it looks bigger than in game, because I think there is an enemy and you immediately see that the navmesh works, because otherwise he wouldn't have got to me. Oh, where does he go to? Okay, this is so yeah, at least he finds a way to get to me. And I think there was this area where we I think it's up there where I didn't navmesh. If I'm gonna go get here, he doesn't really know how to get here, because this place where I'm at is not part of his navmesh, so it's not gonna get here. But I can immediately test, and this definitely needs to be navmeshed. These, what are they called in English? Just let it follow me. I'm gonna burns, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah. Okay, so that's at least something I'll need to go over. Oh, you can see stuff in the distance. Yes, I mean, you can say that the graphics are nice now, but we have some people working on like the weathers and so on, and lightning, and I don't know if they actually touched Azura's coast yet, but like the areas that they touched is like crazy. That's over there, that's a cell that I navmeshed last Thursday, I think. So I think I'm already outside the cell. No. Was it this that I needed to test? This. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't really have collision. So I need to get into the creation kit and then fix those. The cliffs are way higher than I expected. Let's see if I can get away up there. Otherwise, I'll maybe have to levitate, but it's more fun to, like, jump up. Whoop-a-doo. I think I've made a ledge here, so what I'm gonna do now is we have a he's called Gary, and it's our test Dremora, and I'm gonna summon him in, and basically Gary is part of the navmesh team, helping as a team member, helping to see if everything works as expected. So if I want him to go to the marker, normally he should go to the marker. Yeah, I can make him do this the whole day. He never complains. Well, he does sometimes. So yes, gamer. In theory, everything where the player can go should be navmeshed for AI, but like, for example, a player has better brains than any AI, so he can go to places where an NPC, like, oh, he's still trying to get to me, can't really go. So not all areas are navmesh. Like, for instance, if you were here in the beginning of like those mushrooms, I have not navmeshed them on top. So if I get over here, they basically can't get to me. Well, if they're a spellcaster, they can of course cast spells, but yeah, they can't get up here because they're not smart enough. Yeah, so let's test if Gary wants to jump. Come on, Gary, you can do it. Of course. When there is an audience, he probably is gonna not want to. So sometimes he leads like a nudge. What is he? Alright. Okay. Don't look at me like that. See if he wants to go anywhere. Okay. He's being annoying again. Do you want to go there? Not okay. Of course. Yeah, it's handy, but it has some quirks. Sometimes it doesn't really want to, or maybe I'm at the wrong ledge. And I'm pretty sure that this is navmesh. Yeah, so that's all fine. Or maybe it was, yeah, definitely not here. Let's see if I can get him over here. Yes, he's happy with that. Yeah, this could be too high for him. But if I, for example, put him there, he should try to find a way, but I have a feeling that something is still not correct with the borders of the adjacent cell, and he doesn't really find his way around here. Or maybe it was... Yeah, as you can see. In theory, it's a handy tool, but... Of course, now when I'm streaming, it doesn't want to work like it's supposed to. Stupid Gary. Let's get him over here. Let's see if we can get down there. He's not gonna like that. And there, of course, he immediately does it. So, yeah, it's tricky for the NPCs to work our way around those ledges, but over here everything seems fine. Let's see if we can get up there. Like, can he scale that? He's going over there. Yes, it's fine. This I didn't have mesh, but here I did. So then he's gonna walk around instead of trying to get over there. That's perfect. Let's see if he goes there as well. Yes. And basically, yeah, we make him do all kind of tricks. Or even if there is an enemy nearby, as the Quama, they can also. But yeah, you don't have control. Gotta get those steps in here. Yeah, it could be maybe shy. Like, for example, normally we should be able to get here, but I don't know if it's... I don't know what's behind it. Like, sometimes it's tricky, but I mean, Lydia doesn't always like to follow you as well everywhere, so I guess... he was doing so good. I think sometimes he gets confused. Let's see if those actually have collision, because... Yes, but only the stem. Okay. Come on, Gary. Is this the edge? Was this the edge? Yeah, I'll need to check in game. Because something is off with the edge over here. Look who we have there. Yeah, he's going all the way around there. Instead of going for me. Yeah, the debugging will be for after the stream. Now I just wanted to show how this area looks in game. You can see, like, far distance. We're actually close to the coast. Maybe people who played Morrowind will recognize it better. Well, I think it's a huge upgrade. I recently checked this area in the... Oh, look who you're there. I checked the area in the original game and it was far from recognizable. But yeah. But it's a I mean, it's tough to navmesh, but it's a pretty area to look at, to be honest. I like to be here. It's green, it has the cliffs, and yeah. I think I have a pet. Are pets a thing? I'm not sure. You lazy Dramora. What was that? But yeah, I guess that wraps up this navmeshing stream, I would say. So I hope you guys liked it, and yeah, if you want to see more of it, maybe I'll do another stream. Depends. Depends if I don't know. I don't know if it's actually fun to watch or not. Then again, I also like to watch Zig's streams and him moving vertices on textures and so on. So it's a strange kind of thing, but whatever. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and yeah, maybe see you later. Bye, have a nice day.